Hey guys, welcome back. Why are you
The
laughing?
blankets.
Oh,
I just looked over like, do I look as silly as you look?
wait, do I look silly? All
Yeah.
right, well, we're in the episode now. Hey guys, welcome back.
And
Episode 50.
it's
Apparently,
freezing cold.
we're in this garage of a studio and it is freezing. We've got radiators on,
Hence
but
the
they will
radiator.
not warm this place up. It is
No, and even
freezing.
this, like, it's not even like it's.
Sarah's got a little radiator next to her.
I literally want to put my body on it. I'm so cold.
I'm actually not cold because I've got my. Oh, I just hit the mic. I've got a heated blanket. You've got a heated blanket. Your one doesn't
It
work.
don't work, so it's not even. It's
Well,
just
I
a
just thought it's
blanket.
fair because you've got the radiator.
If it's not really
And
doing.
I've got the
like you
heat.
can put your hand on it and then it's just about hot, but like there's not like.
Oh, this blanket's so toasty. Honestly, I might curl up and have a little nap.
It's like as soon as you'll probably get too hot and then pass it over.
No,
I
I'll
did
just turn it
actually,
down a bit.
I did actually get an Instagram message today. You know, when you send each other reels from a girl in the office, and she was like, "I saw this and immediately thought of you." And it's like there's always that one person at work that's constantly saying they're so cold, and this woman had like 10 coats on, 10 hats, and she's like trying to get the thermostat to work, and she's like, "It's so cold in here." She's like, because that's me always.
Well,
Always so cold.
this morning we come downstairs in the kitchen. I'm like, it's the coldest day. I'm boiling. I'm opening the doors to cool down the house. I go over to the thermostat. It is set to 24.5 degrees.
Casey
The
did it. Casey did it
insanity.
yesterday.
The insanity around that is crazy. Anyone who knows, any dads who are probably not watching this will know that 24.5 degrees on a thermostat.
So she should be on
insane.
24.
Oh my God, like 23 is crazy. Like 20 in our kitchen, 22.5.
If it's under 23,
warm.
the heating don't come on in our house.
No, but do you know what? I saw this TikTok the other day as well because I think it's a thing with girls. I'm just going to say that, right? I know we have for some reason, you guys think if it's cold, if you turn the thermostat up more than what you want it will heat up quicker. So like,
no, it was just that
people
we had it on 23 and it just wasn't coming on. Like it wasn't like, and then we put it
So
up.
put it up half a degree. Put it up to 24.5 it's just madness.
Oh, Mr. who said like last week, I think our radiators need bleeding. I'll do that. Have you done that yet?
No,
Because that's actually the issue. If you bled all the radiators and let all the air out, they'd work properly. So you need to get around, do that, have the radiator. I said I'll get my dad round. No, it's easy. I'll do that. Maybe he'll get round to it next year, guys. Maybe next Christmas we'll be warm. So actually, it's your fault.
Well, okay. So obviously, if you watch the last episodes, you'll know that I was having a really good run of just being like super helpful around the house. And I was just like this all round changed man. So when you said about getting your dad over to the radiators, I was in this zone of like, we don't need your dad to come and bleed the radiators. I will bleed the radiators. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you should get your dad round to bleed the radiators. But yeah, I think I owe Sarah an apology this morning, actually, guys. It's kind of hard to do a podcast to someone that they're barely talking to.
I'm not barely talking.
Guys, it's
so
not just frosty outside, it's frosty
it's
in
just
here.
frustrating. It's frustrating.
I know, I
He
can
wasn't
be
very
frustrated. I
helpful
wasn't
today.
helpful this morning. I find it really hard to be helpful in the morning. I don't know, it's just mornings are not my... Why don't we just have a thing like I'm just helpful in the afternoon?
Because recently you're not even helpful in the afternoon. Remember you were just saying about that, like you had a good run. That run's over, guys.
It was good while it lasted.
It was.
Hey, we've always got something to look forward to. Christmas this year.
It is good, yeah. It was one of those things as well, that I said, oh, I understand how your brain works now, so I won't get as frustrated. But I'm like, I am just as frustrated. It's so hard and it wasn't like, normally I don't ask for help in the morning, but I needed your help this morning. So the fact that I needed it and I've asked for it and it then didn't happen, I was like, oh, it's so frustrating. Because every morning I get up and I do the school run and I do the kids and I never ask for
I think it's weird though, like if I'm just not in the house, like you don't need my help. But if I'm there, it's like you want my help.
Yeah, but today was different. We had to have the house really tidy, so it was different, like than just a normal school run. So,
well, anyway, listen, I'm sorry. I will try to be a better human being.
Lies.
It's
Still
not
lies.
lies.
Still
It's
lies.
genuine. I will try. But well, listen, I've now got this screen time thing on my phone, right? So I can only go on TikTok and Instagram combined for 40 minutes a day. And I don't
And you
know.
still weren't helpful. Oh.
What's my excuse? I wasn't on my phone.
Exactly.
I wasn't on my phone.
Exactly.
What am I doing?
No, you know what it was as well, really annoyingly. Like, we're literally in the thick of it. Joel's phone rings. And it's like before 8 o'clock in the morning, his phone rings. And then he is normally at the house, so people would normally ring him work-wise. He's like, walks away from whatever he's doing with the kids, like, hello? Starts talking business. And I'm like, seriously, right now?
It wasn't even anything pressing as well. Like, I suddenly caught myself because I was like, yeah, no, I've actually had a pretty good week, to be fair.
And I'm like looking at you like, oh, you kidding me? I don't even get a chance to look at my phone in the morning. If you've messaged me, I don't reply until the school run is done. Like I
could
can't.
feel Sarah's eyes burning into the back of my head. So I suddenly was like, do you know what? Probably I'll call you at a more convenient time. I'm just trying to get the kids ready to get them out the door for school.
Yeah.
So now's not a great time. At least I recognised it. And before I probably would have just gone upstairs and shut the door.
You recognised it because my eyes were beaming in the back of your head.
I could hear steam coming out of your ears.
Like, seriously, dude, come on. But yeah.
Yeah, we good now? Or we good?
We're all right.
We good, right? Yeah.
We're all right. We'll see.
We'll see. It could be a short episode, guys.
And that's it. All we have time for today.
Yeah. So, other than that, what else is new?
Well, have you booked your ski trip yet? You're literally going on next week.
No, I have not booked it, right? And I'm now in a group with the other guys that are coming. So there's 4 of us plus Casey and Grace, and none of us have booked it. But they're going to come over this evening and we're going to all book it together at ours.
Oh, is that you let me know? They're all coming over.
Do I need to? Do you let me know when all your friends and family are coming over?
Because I said then you can go out if you wanted, if your friends are coming over. I'm like, my friend, do I or do I not? You've just realised that you
push me out the house.
No, I don't push you out.
It's only Ryan. It's your sister's husband. Like if your sister's coming over the house, do you tell me?
And the other 2.
Have you got anyone coming over this evening? Is your mum and dad coming over?
No.
Sister?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Oh, okay. Sometimes they do.
I'll plan a party for the morning. So no, I was going to be putting decorations up. So that's great. I'm going to have 4 men to help me. Maybe 3.
It might only be Ryan. It might just be me and Ryan.
Oh.
And we're there exclusively just to work on booking the holiday together.
And Radiator. No, I've got a list now. And Radiator and helping me put up the decorations. Yeah.
Why don't you just get out of the house if I've got my friends coming over then?
Well,
go on.
No, I've just told you I'm busy. I've got things to do.
So
Chloe's got a cake being made, and I got the message from the cake lady.
It's Chloe's
today.
birthday party tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah. So she's got we're having a reptile party, and she messaged me today saying like, "How old is Chloe? Just want to check because I've made a tarantula and my husband keeps getting scared by it." I'm like, what does this tarantula
really
look
good,
like?
then.
Yeah. So I'm really excited.
She'll love that. She's so looking. I said,
I said, the scarier the better.
She's actually really looking forward to it. She was talking about it this morning.
Yeah.
Sophie was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the reptiles, she said.
She said, Mum, can I have your phone when the reptiles are here? I don't want to see them reptiles. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Chloe was like, I'm going to put them around my neck.
Yes.
She's like, hardcore. But yeah. It'll be really cute, though. I think it'll be good fun. They're not just bringing reptiles, though. They're bringing other...
Yeah, there's a bunny rabbit. I only...
No, like meerkats or nothing.
Yeah, well, basically, I just requested a snake, a tarantula, and a rabbit, because they're the
That's it? That's all that's coming?
No.
Oh.
I requested them. He's going to bring the rest.
Oh, he's going to surprise us.
I just said no birds. I was like, I felt like birds were a bit of a waste.
What's wrong with birds?
Oh, I don't really like birds.
I like parrots. Chloe thinks we're getting a parrot as well. I think we sort of mentioned it.
Yeah, in the Maldives, we said about getting a parrot.
We said, oh, wouldn't it be nice to get a parrot? Which is so random and obviously not a great idea because we know nothing about keeping parrots. But she said this morning something about when we get a parrot. I was like, oh, I don't really... We were on holiday. We were in a good mood.
I would teach it. Like, when you look come in the kitchen, tidy up, tidy up.
Wait, do we already have one that does that? Or is that just you?
I wish. Oh, that would be funny. I do find it really funny. Like, you're literally going away next week. You haven't booked it. And then me and my friends got together the other night and we've booked our little weekend trip in July. It's booked.
Yeah,
hotel,
that is strange. Like, why are you booking that far in advance?
Because it's just so much cheaper. Otherwise, you end up paying it over the odds because then it's like...
Yeah, but then it's more exciting. I feel so excited the fact that it's coming up and we don't even know where we're going. We don't even have a clue.
You say that, but
I like
when you're
to be
looking at it...
spontaneous. And do you know what? If you are like me and you live a spontaneous, action-packed, adventured life, and that's why it's even more important to be able to find a convenient, affordable meal option that works for your lifestyle. And that brings us nicely into today's sponsor, which is Huel. Huel is incredibly affordable. It's a high-protein meal for less than £4, and it is a budget-friendly option and something that I am genuinely excited about.
So they actually taste like a milkshake. They come in different flavors. You've got the chocolate, I've got the vanilla. They are so nice. Plus, they are low in sugar.
So we've actually got the black edition ones here, which is a massive 35 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. They are pre-portioned, ready to go. So when you don't have time, you literally just grab it, run out the door.
Easy.
I'll be honest, I do not have time for meal prep.
Yeah.
And this is an amazing option.
Especially trying to work out like all your protein and your minerals. Like, no.
It just hits everything you need.
Amazing.
All in this one bowl.
Yeah.
You don't need to take our word for it. Try it for yourself. Join the community of Hueligans with this exclusive offer of 10% plus a free gift for new customers when you use the code AFTERHOURS at Huel.com.
Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel.
Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. So the topic of chores and people helping and stuff, it seems to come up from time to time in our house. Daily. By the hour. So we were on Instagram and we were asking you guys, like, what is the situation with chores in your house? Like, do you have any hacks? Like, how do you manage the chores and all that kind of stuff? Because we wanted to just hear.
Yeah. Because we've obviously brought our girls up. Like, we don't pay them to do chores, or like, we've always seen that we're a team in the house and we all help out. You know, like.
So we do all help out.
Oh,
you heard it here first, guys.
You do, but sometimes you're a bit terrible. No, but we all help out, and you know.
Do you know what? I actually heard some theory about paying your kids to do chores, right? That when you pay someone to do something, it then automatically in their head, like all the motivation outside of that money goes. So like your motivation for doing chores should be like, I want to be a team player for my family. I want to be helpful. I want to live in a tidy house. Like, that's what you kind of need to instill in your children of like, we're part of a family and everyone needs to pull their weight. Yeah. When you introduce money into it, what happens is it becomes transactional. It becomes, I do chores, I get X. And that if you actually then remove those rewards, it's like, I no longer get X, so therefore I'm
not going to help because I don't get paid for it. Yeah.
And that isn't life, because when you're an adult, you don't get paid to do your chores, do you?
Also, when they're then 16 and they go out and get a job and then they don't want to help because they're earning a little bit more than the couple of quid you were paying them to help with a chore, it like also...
Yeah.
But...
I feel like paying kids to do things is like, it's a quick fix, but it's not a good thing. Because I also saw this guy on TikTok. He's like, I pay my kids to read X amount of books every year. And it's like, well, then as soon as you stop paying them, they're going to not read the books because they relate that reading books with money. There might be people that
aren't like that. There might be people that then it incentivizes them to read the books for that reason in the beginning. Then maybe they do continue because they find a love for it.
Maybe.
I'm sure, you know, that whole thing of like, it might work, that your narrative might be for the majority of people, but there are some people that it doesn't necessarily
it's like at school, right? At school, it's you learn this, so you get this grade. So the whole focus becomes on your grades and not on actually trying to master that subject.
Yeah.
So no kids, I say no, but hardly any kids really leave school wanting to pursue any of the stuff that they really learn at school. They don't actually want to carry on learning because they're like, I no longer need that grade, so I no longer need to learn that stuff. And that's where I feel like the whole school system is like broken, because it's not about like, oh, I want to be good at maths because I think it's important and it will be good and it could be fun, like learning. It's like, I need to be good at maths so I can get that grade. Yeah. It's just very transactional. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. So anyway, going back to the chores.
We've always got our girls to help out. Even like the little ones. Now we laugh about how Maddie helps, and
Maddie doesn't. Maddie, we don't really ask Maddie to help. Maddie is just naturally a little tidier. Like, she'll put your shoes away. she tidies things up. If you're cleaning, like she'll come and help. She'll be like, I
Don't
want to
get it wrong. She's also the one that, like, at dinner yesterday, she had finished her dinner and she threw a few things just across the table. And I'm like, what do you do if you're finished? She's like, looking at me like, I don't know. I'm like, no, you put it in the bin.
But at the same
Like,
time, she's the kid that once she's made that mess, she would actually tidy it up.
she didn't at first, little monkey. But no, all of our girls have done that. And I've always remembered, like, when Casey and Grace used to go to their friends' houses, they were always complimented on how they would help clear their plate afterwards. They'd put it in the dishwasher, like those little things. And when I think about teaching the girls, one, yes, to be a team, but also, like, Casey and Grace don't know what it is to run a whole house, right? But they've started to have the lessons. And Chloe and Maddie will also pick those up because, like, they don't put the washing on, but they might do a dishwasher load. Things like that help out, that have to be done daily. So then it's not a huge shock when you move out, because that's what I think. I think you're helping them for when they move out. In my mind,
It's
that's
life skills. Like, the
Yeah.
thing is, I've said this before, but I wasn't brought up to have to help with any chores in the house. So when I became an adult, and I found it so hard because I literally at that point had to learn that, how to keep my house tidy. Not that I do that, but like, it's been a struggle, hasn't it? Like, when we first
Yeah.
moved in together, it's like I just leave all the dirty plates by the sink for like days.
Did I ever tell that story of, like, so when we hadn't long moved in together and I was always doing the washing up, we didn't have a dishwasher then. I was always doing the washing up. Bear in mind, there's only two of us, plus Casey was a baby. And one evening I was like, right, it's your turn to wash up. You're like, yeah, I'll do it. And this is that whole thing of, like, Joel can't ever do it when I say. He's got this thing that he's like, if Sarah's told me to do it now, I have to wait and do it in my time.
No,
So
she is absolutely
no, wait.
No, I need to
No,
defend myself.
that is true. You know that.
It's not true.
And then this one time, so I'm like, fine, I'll leave the dishes. The next day comes, he still doesn't do it. The third day comes, he still and I'm bearing in mind, I'm saying, like, remember the dishes? They're piling up. Yeah. No joke. And this was me trying to learn a lesson, and I think I'm the only one that learned a lesson here that I should have just done.
She learned a very valuable lesson that day.
No joke.
Don't
I
leave it to
had
me.
to throw our plates away because they went mouldy. He left them that long. I then chucked them, had to buy new ones, and, like, they never got done.
First of all, I don't do it just to be defiant of, like, you're not going to tell me when to do it. I'm like, you asked me to do something, I'm like, yeah, I will do that in
your own time.
my own time.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So when I say that, exactly. So when I say that, my brain works of, like, okay, so for example, I can probably guess how that evening went because it was so long ago. I can't really remember the full story exactly, but
only 18 years ago.
Yeah,
she's still bringing it up, guys.
But I'd say, like, oh, like, do it now, and you're like, no. You then would have fallen asleep on the sofa. You then, like, it then would become a cycle. So if you just do it, and I say, I know how.
But I do now. Like, if it's like dishwasher or whatever, like, I just get on with it. I'm not going to leave it 3 days.
No.
But yeah, I don't. I genuinely don't do it just to be a prick. It's just like,
no,
okay,
I didn't.
in my mind, I'm always like,
you are, but your brain of
like,
being like, oh yeah, I'll do it later. But
yeah, my mind's like, yeah,
it doesn't happen.
I'll do it later.
Or you don't remember it, or it's then like you're asleep, because most of the time it is that, like, you're asleep. So then you don't do it, and that's the other thing. If you said you're going to do something, like, not recently, but. And then you fall asleep, and then I end up doing it because it would have been left to the morning.
No, to be honest, that is something that I actually said, like, I need to start just doing it right there and then. But that's something in my whole entire life. Like, that isn't just with stuff you want me to. That's stuff that I want to do as well. It's like, I'll just put it on my list. I'll be like, oh, I'll do it later. And I just build up, like, I always have this huge to-do list. And I thought about it the other day, what about if I just did the thing? I think that's what normal people do.
Yeah.
I think normal people just
it's like today,
do the thing.
Today before this, I got a phone call to say that I hadn't booked Chloe's school lunches and I needed to do it.
See, I put that on my list.
And so I put it on my list. I quickly went on. I just did it. It's done. It's now. I haven't got to think about it. It literally took me like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's done. Like.
Whereas I think of something. I think I'll put it on my list.
And then you're overwhelmed by your list.
My list is always it's always so massive. But also, that's the way for me, because I know if I don't put it on my list, I'll never remember to do it. But then when I put it on my list,
sometimes it takes you longer to write on your list than just do it.
That is true. That is so true. No, that's genuinely true. Like that is the wild thing about it. It's like even yesterday I was in the office, I was like, oh, I really need to, like you can kind of like sign up for things like memberships or even like apps. You might buy an app and you're paying it yearly or monthly or whatever because you needed to use it for something. I don't know if this relates to anyone, but I think I have so many things I have subscriptions to that I don't use that I'm like, I just want to quickly run through like my credit card and my bank. And like yesterday I thought about it and I could have just done it, but I put it on my list and that will sit on my list for about 4 weeks. But I just need to just do the thing. Like I need like I need to like have like a complete redo of my life and be like challenge myself. Like the Yes
redo
Man.
Of your life.
Have you ever seen that film, The Yes Man, with Jim Carrey? I love that film. But like I don't put it on the list. I just do it right there and then. Anyway, we digress. We're talking about chores. We're not talking about me.
We're not.
So obviously we asked you guys on Instagram, like, how do you do chores in your house? And give us some advice. Give us like what is going down in your house when it comes to chores. So the first one we got here, someone said, make a TikTok time-lapse video of you cleaning your room. It makes you want to start and finish the job.
Well, that's a good idea.
Okay, so if I'm pulling out my phone as I'm about to tidy my room and I'm going on TikTok, right? Even if I pull out my phone and go on TikTok to make a TikTok,
I'm scrolling.
2 hours later, I'm still scrolling TikTok. So for me, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But maybe I feel like maybe Grace needs to make like a TikTok series of cleaning her room.
Oh, honestly, her room.
She's going to be one of them documentaries like hoarders.
Her room.
When you can't even get through the front door, they have to like climb through stuff and they're like, where is this person in this house? And it's like,
honestly,
it scares me what her house would look like if she lived alone. It genuinely terrifies me.
Well, she's good at tidying the kitchen after she uses it every time. But her bedroom, she's just not like. Yeah, so
it's
bad.
Hard.
Anyway, the next one is we each have a different job each day of the week we do, and we repeat that each week. Now that's really good.
Before. It doesn't work for us, does it? We've tried that before. Do you remember you had a rota?
Well, so when we were in lockdown, that was like the best time. Like I changed it. I actually didn't keep the same because I feel like sometimes someone's got an unfair job, then someone might have a better, like, so we mixed and matched. But even down to like actually full on cleaning the house, we would all do together. The girls would do their rooms, you did the like we all like proper blitz the house together. But yeah, we had a list. Sometimes like if I've got lots to do, I get a pen and paper and I write down everything that needs to be done. And then I'll just say to everyone, can everyone just help out? The list is there. Do whatever it is you want to do on there. I don't care. Just get it done. Come back and cross it or put your name by it or however you want to. That really helps because then if you do like one of the better jobs, say for example, like the hoovering of the front room, it's pretty easy compared to, I don't know, mopping.
Cleaning the playroom.
In the playroom.
God,
but if you can still see that those two, and you're like, you can just pick and choose what you want. I don't care who does them as long as they're done. So yeah,
I think if you can stick to a rota, it just makes sense because then it's like if that room isn't tidy that day, you can clearly go and see like that person's
because
job.
your auntie has a rota and she does that for herself. Like each day she has a room to clean, and then and she does like 5 pieces of ironing each day. She just goes in, does a little bit. She'll never wait for it to fully build up.
Little
she just
and
does.
often.
Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah.
She's got her own little rota like that she does each day.
I always wait till everything is absolute point of like breaking point before I will do it. Like when you're away, I leave the house all day. I don't do tidying as I go, and then when the kids go to bed, I literally have like a bomb's gone off.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then that just works for me though because then I just do it.
Never properly though, so
yeah, I get your mum and dad round. They come and help me. So if you don't think it's done properly, have a word with them. So
the next one is
someone said I get my phone taken for 24 hours if I don't do my daily chore. Oh my God, Grace would just have no phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think, as much as I don't think like people shouldn't necessarily be like rewarded like with money to do chores, I think adding in a punishment could be good because it makes you like, I think there needs to be something like when you're, because sometimes it might be that you don't remember. If there's no consequence
Yeah,
to
because
it.
let's all like kids in the beginning, they
My
don't want to
consequence is
help
I
out.
hear Sarah moaning about it. So like sometimes that does motivate me to not want to have to listen to that.
No, but like what? No, most kids, right? They don't want to do chores. It's annoying.
No one wants to do chores.
So you do have to find a way to incentivize them or get them to at least help out in the beginning. I feel like we started very young. Like even I'm saying to Chloe, like we're a team. We help out. I say like when she's finished her bowl of cereal, I'll be like, right, you got to go put it in the sink, like, or you got to make your bed, you tidy your room, whatever that is. Like even like when I say to her, like, right, let's do the playroom. If we've had friends over, I'll be tidying the kitchen. I say, right, you go tidy the playroom, and she'll start getting really upset. And I'm like, we've had our friends over, we now have to tidy it up. Do you think it's fair that mummy tidies all the kitchen, the front room, and the playroom? And she's like, well, no. I said, so if you just start the playroom, I will come and help you, but I have got to do other things first. But then we're doing it together, even though we're not in the same room. But she's then like, okay. Like, so she understands it. So you do have to like find ways to incentivize them and just like do a chore. But that whole thing of explaining of like being a team, when you grow up, you're going to have to do this. Like, or what our parents used to say, you're going to hate me for it, but you'll thank me for it later. Like,
I think as well, like it's probably quite frustrating, but you need to be on at them. I say on at them, on at me, on at all of us to build the habit. Like in the beginning, like I would walk out of the kitchen, leave the kitchen a mess, and it wouldn't even occur to me that I've done that. Now it's like I couldn't ever imagine doing that, but it did take constant like nagging to get it done. So it's like kids aren't just gonna be able to pick up that habit, but once they've got that habit's there for life. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just naturally what you do. You like that's why Casey and Grace, when they'd be at friends' houses, they wouldn't be trying to impress. Like, oh, I'm going to clear my plate away. It's such a habit for them. They just get up, clear their plate away.
Like for
and the
anyone
parents would be like jaws on the floor, like, what the hell? What's this kid doing? Like,
and anyone that doesn't get their kids to do chores, like fine, each to their own. That doesn't bother me.
Doesn't really feel like that.
I married someone that didn't have to do chores. Like I don't want my kids to be that.
Do it for your future son or daughter-in-law, okay?
Yeah, please.
Do it for
I
the
do
Sarahs
wonder, like,
of
if we had a son, like, would I have been different? Would I have been a little bit, like, more lenient on him?
Why?
Like,
It's so sexist.
yeah, but
you're not lenient on me, though. So why would you be
my
lenient on
husband,
him?
not my son. Like, I don't know. Like, I think because if he would have been in the baby, like, when you see, like,
your brother used to get away with absolute murdering.
Well, exactly. Look at that, right? So we grew up in a house where we all had to do chores.
I never.
Oh my god!
Oh
my god! Mum, I've got a bone to pick with you. So
I never saw Mickey doing a chore.
Me and my two sisters used to have to do the washing up, the drying up, the putting away. When my eldest sister moved out, Emma then moved up to doing the washing up. I had to do the drying up, and the putting away. Why did Mickey not then step in to do the putting away?
I'll tell you what, who did step in? Me. When I started coming to your house, like having dinner with you, next thing you know, I'm washing up. I'm a guest here. What is this?
And one time we said something to him that wound him up. I can't remember what it was. Me and Emma, and Mickey got the whole entire contents of his bedroom and threw it at us in our bedroom. My mum came up and was like, well, you two are very mean. Now tidy it up. And took Mickey downstairs, and we had to tidy up all his room. So I wonder
when we first started dating, I looked around and I thought, the injustice in this house is wild. This kid gets away with anything.
Yeah, the prince. Anything. But then, as much as like when I was younger, I don't even like, even then with the washing up, I didn't even realize it until I've just said it out loud. But I never I then grew to be just like that with him as well. So it wasn't
you all baby.
It wasn't like I've then like.
You didn't resent him.
There was no resentment. It was more of like now we baby him, we look after him, and like.
How do I get that treatment?
You're not that cute. Oh. So next one. So my daughter cleans the windows, £1 a window and £1 if she hoovers her room.
There's me being like, you don't pay. Like, to be honest, like, you know,
each to their own. If it works in their house,
each to their own. If it works, it works. But I do believe if you can find a way to do it without the reward of money, long term, I think it does work better.
When they're little, like Chloe, this would work for. if I was like, right, clean the playroom and you can have a couple of pounds, we'll go to the shop afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that
You
incentive,
probably have done it with Casey Grace before.
that would help them more of
Do
like,
you know what works
wanting
better
to
than
do
that?
it.
Gamify it. Gamify the chores, right? So this has worked for us before, like especially when the kitchen's been an absolute like complete mess, right? Say we cooked a big meal, we'll put on a song and be like, let's
complete it before the song finishes.
complete the kitchen before the song finishes. Basically impossible, but
that's how me and Emma used to do it when we were tidying our bedroom. We'd put a song on and try and do it.
Everyone is literally, and this has worked before with like, especially Chloe loves it when you gamify stuff. So I can't think of exact examples, but for example, if you said, right, I'm going to do the kitchen, you do the playroom, like, let's see who finishes first. Like, it switches her on. So now she's motivated, not because of money, just because she wants to win.
I've just realised our Sophie is our Mickey.
Yeah.
She's like, nah.
Yeah, she's
not. No, mum.
She ain't really down for doing chores.
She does like to keep her room tidy.
I just love how she loves
her desk. She puts things in her drawers. Like, and she really tries to make her bed, and she does come and ask me like, "Mummy, help me," like, and I need to help her. But if she was downstairs and I'm like, "Oh, could you do the playroom?" No. Can you just do it? No.
Or even if she does, she'll do it for like 5 seconds and then she just wanders off.
Yeah.
You can't get her to stay focused on tidying. She just ain't interested at all.
So
but I do love how she loves her room. Like she's just in there.
And oh my gosh, she can tell if the kids are in her room from downstairs because where the footprints, footsteps are up on the, oh my words,
floorboards.
On the floorboards, the ceiling. She's like, "Mum, they're in my room." I have to like kind of tell them. She's so funny. She knows.
Bless her.
Yeah.
My dad makes us play card games after dinner. The winner chooses their job first. That's a good idea.
That's what I've seen about that. There's good jobs and bad jobs. So if you win, you get to choose that easy, good.
What would you say? What would you say the good jobs are and the bad jobs are?
Like, so say for example, like they've just had dinner.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
What, in the house?
Yeah. Never want to do the bins. Never.
No, I hate doing the bins.
The bins, but because I always do.
But why is that? Because I've seen this on TikTok about even like the mums, like they throw it by the back door. Why do I do that?
You would never do that with anything else.
I would rather.
You would never half-ass another job in the house.
I would rather clean the whole bathroom, toilet, and
then do the bins. It's so strange.
But why? I don't know.
Bins ain't even that hard. But do you know what does wind me up? It's like everyone in the house like literally just takes the piss with the bins. It's like the family plays the game of like how much stuff can we stack on top of this bin? Because when I go to do the bin, I then have to get another bin bag. Before I can pull it out, I have to now unload the bin. So like my hands are in the bin because I can't even get the bin
You're pushing
back.
things down to really get that space.
And the thing is like they're like balancing stuff on top. Like yogurt lids and stuff, and it's like you can see this bin was full 2 days ago. And don't say I should have emptied it 2 days ago.
Well, you answered it.
But anyway,
that's your area. So if you need people to train, you need to train them to do better. That's up to you.
That's fine. I'm going to train you. That's fine. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get Sarah doing the bins.
No, we aren't.
But yeah, I think I don't actually mind doing. I actually enjoy doing the kitchen. Anything in the kitchen, sign me up. Anything playroom's the worst. Just absolute a million random things that just I don't know where it all goes.
I don't mind it. I don't mind doing anything.
I think everyone doesn't mind the kitchen though. Kitchen's just easy, isn't it? It's so like routine. It's just like front room's never really that messy though.
I do hate like after a roast when there's like loads of pans that are greasy and stuff. That I'm like, oh gosh.
They don't all fit in the dishwasher. Everyone does their own room. Mum does the rest of the house. I don't really know how Sarah would feel about that one.
Yeah, because like day
of course,
to day,
like, your room is your room.
Dinner.
The house is communal, so like that's quite a mad one, really. So because
like chores, like cleaning and stuff, I get that, but the day to day stuff of chores of like.
Unloading dishwasher,
like for example, like when your mum, like if it's your mum that's cooked the dinner, is she then the one that then clears the table, puts it all away, or is it a family effort? Like these are the things that I would want the help in. Like, you know, like well, we have a thing of like when you, me, Casey and Grace eat dinner when the little ones have gone to bed. because the big girls are now old enough, we actually take it in turns. Well, maybe more so you, me, and Casey to cook, and it's kind of the rule of if you've cooked, you don't have to clear up. The other three will. So like that kind of.
So I was just brought up in a house where my mum did the cooking and the cleaning, clearing up, and everything. Yeah.
Your poor mum. You should thank her one day.
I will. Mum, if you're watching, thank you.
If you could just cut that up into a TikTok.
Get a star chart. Once the kids have done a chore, put a star on the chart. Maybe certain chores are worth more.
Brilliant. Star charts always work.
Which just goes to show you don't need to pay the kids, because
kids
they
love
just love a sticker on a chart.
Yeah.
Like they just like to see progress. We have done that before. We've never really been like super consistent with it, but we have done it before. Can't really remember what for.
Well, just like
behavior, good behavior, or was it?
Yeah, Chloe had one for good bedtime. It actually was lots of different ones, so it'd be like you could. And just then
eventually, if they got enough stars, like they'd get
for a little treat, like a magazine
from the shop, which they don't read. They just rip the toys off the front.
So this one they said, tackling the bigger jobs as a family to make them feel smaller. Exactly. Love that.
Many hands make light work.
I love that. Listening to the DadVGirls After Hours podcast.
Yes. Come on. Listen to me moaning about cleaning while you're cleaning. That's a good. No, do you know what though? I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to be like, I'll do the kitchen by myself. Everyone leave the kitchen, because then I'd put a podcast on, just get in my zone. And I'd actually rather do it by myself than everyone sort of helping.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that. Just putting on a podcast. Also, people watch YouTube videos but don't really watch them. As in, like, podcasts different because you're supposed to listen. But what I realize is a lot of people put on like YouTube videos in the background while they're just doing stuff. It's like a comfort for them. So, I would end up just watching it. So.
Have we ever caught ourselves doing something that either of our parents did to us? So for example, I'm saying that my mum made us as kids do chores, so I'm making the kids do that. Like I've taken that on as, because I genuinely just think that helped me be a good mum, because I already knew like I said, like the basics. Like I don't make the girls do the full on housework, and my mum never made me, but she then, at a point, I would help little bits. But then when she would go to work, and it was at the summer holidays, I would fully clean, because I would want that satisfaction of her being happy when she come home from work, of not having to do it. And then know that she didn't have to, so.
I don't know what that feeling feels like.
No, you wouldn't know. You sound like your dad when you said about the heating.
Oh my God, yeah. This morning, I did feel a little bit like, so my dad's funny, right? Because he would always go on about the smallest things, right? So like leaving lights on was a massive thing for him, yeah? And heating, and like my dad used to, I don't know why my dad used to do this, because like, we weren't poor, but like he would be like one tea bag across 3 teas. And I'd be like, why are we doing this, Dad? Like, tea bags. What
you'd get the third cup.
Yeah, I'd be like, what is going on? Because I'm like, he's like, yeah, but it saves money. I'm like, what? Let's do a calculation. I was like, let's calculate how much money over your lifetime you will save by doing this. I don't know, it's probably like $5, right? Yeah. I was like, it doesn't make sense. And then because I have such a bad memory, say for things like the light, like leaving lights on, I just couldn't remember to turn lights off in my house. So I always used to get in trouble, and my dad was always nagging me about it. And I was like, I'm never going to do that. You never hear me. Like, lights could be all on over the house. I just went on my phone and I was like, how much does it cost to leave one light bulb on for 1 whole year? And it was not a lot of money. So I was like, it's not worth the stress.
Yeah.
Of like going around and like moaning at everyone about leaving the lights on.
Lights, I don't feel like we're pretty good at lights anyway. We all switch the lights off. Like,
yeah. But like if someone left the light on in their room, like I just didn't, I've never been like that. I've always just been like, cool, I'll just turn it off. So I've always tried to not be like that. But yeah, the heating this morning, it does make me angry, because heating does cost a lot of money, and to have to open the doors in the coldest day of the year to cool the house down is just insane. It's insane. But Yeah. Other
But
than
you
that,
could have done the radiators. So then something that I took from your mum though was when we were younger, like your mum would always pick you up from like the parties or drop you off, like when we went
like
to
when we was a
cinema
teenager, yeah.
dates, like, or if you came to my house, like your mum, like you.
She always wanted us to be safe. She never wanted us getting like.
Well, my mum did not want me to be safe,
No,
but
your
she
mum
just
wasn't
didn't pick me
bothered.
up.
Your mum used to give you £1, kick you out the house in the morning and be like, right,
See ya.
there's the world. See you later. Good luck to you.
Yeah, no, but I remember thinking, oh, I'm gonna be like that. I think like, and I am. I pick the girls up all the time from everywhere and anywhere. Hardly you.
No, you're joking.
Yeah, hardly you.
You're winding me up.
I'm not
You are winding
I
me
do so
up.
much more. You stay asleep, and I do most
You
of the
make out like
evening
all I
ones.
do at home is sleep.
You do. You
Guys,
do.
just for the record,
All right,
yeah,
ask Grace who does most.
when she says I'm asleep, like if we put on a Netflix or something in the
No,
evening,
it's in
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'm asleep. I'm
7
asleep on the
o'clock.
sofa. 7 o'clock. We're putting the
Yesterday.
kids to bed at 7.
Yeah, I had to wake you up and say it's bedtime.
No, you
time.
didn't.
Are you kidding me?
Yesterday,
The day, well, yesterday you was out, so you didn't help me with.
I took Casey
The day
Grace for
before
dinner.
that, you was asleep on the sofa. I had to wake you up and be like, babes.
Yeah, because I was
it's
watching
bedtime.
a movie with one of the kids.
So you just
That's one
said. So
time.
what I'm saying is not a lie.
It's not. You make out
It's
like
not
I'm
one time.
asleep at 7
You
o'clock
do.
every night.
Sometimes you do. And
No.
then a lot of the time, I pick the girls up.
Babe, I also pick.
You do, but not as much as I do. I mostly do
I didn't
it.
realise it was a competition, but
No, but that was what I said, and you're like, no, I do it as well.
I
But
do it. Of course I do.
you do, but
mate, do you know who all needs running around the most? Grace. Oh my God. I cannot wait until Grace can drive. She has a social life like I've never witnessed in my life. Like she has so many friends, so many different groups of friends.
Yeah, one
There's
day,
parties every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, every Saturday.
one time she got dropped off somewhere, and then she rang us like, "Can you now pick me up from here and drop me
This
to
was
here?"
New Year's Eve. She messaged.
Oh yeah, it was
she
New Year's
messaged in the
Eve.
family chat
Can I leave
saying,
this party to
"Can
go
you
to
pick me up from this party and drop me off at this friend?" And Casey come in the chat like, "Oh my God, order yourself an Uber." Like, as in Casey was like shocked. Like the fact you're not even asking to be picked up and come home. The fact you're asking.
She doesn't really like Ubers and stuff though. She's got like an awkward little thing about it, and I kind of try to be understanding because I'm awkward about answering the phone, and I make you do it. So I try.
But me answering your phone when I'm sat next to you is not as inconvenient as us driving half
I know
an hour.
she messaged me yesterday when she was at college and was like, "Oh, Mum, I really want to start ice skating again." I went, "You can when you start driving. You can drive yourself there." I was like, I can't add that to it as well. That I'm because she doesn't want to go to the local one. She wants to go to one that's like full on in London somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the thing is, I feel like
driving you
when
there.
Grace is fully learnt to drive, our lives will be changed because I don't even think we realise how much time we spend just running her around
no,
or just checking in. Like, she never thinks ahead. Like how's she gonna get home? She could be out. She's like, do you know who you're gonna get home with? How you're gonna get home?
Yeah.
She's like, no clue
She
whatsoever.
just doesn't think.
So when she's driving, it's gonna be life changing for us. It's gonna free up so much time.
Imagine.
What we're gonna do with all that time? More sleep. All right, so we've got a little section that we're going to call Parenting Playbook, and it's what would we do in this scenario, okay? So the scenario this week is your child believes they're an amazing singer and they wish to audition on a show like X Factor, which will be broadcast around the nation. You always want to back them as aspirations, however, they cannot sing to save their lives. How would you go about this? Would you let them sign up to the show
No.
knowing that they would fail? Absolutely.
No, I would never
not.
let them.
I wonder when I
themselves.
watch X Factor and you have some of the younger ones, it's like, how have your family and friends allowed you to get this far in the process and not stopped you? That is
no. I wouldn't be mean to them and be like, "You can't sing," but I'd be like,
I'd rather
sing is your thing.
I'd rather be mean to them than the whole nation be mean to them.
Or I'd
all
be
across
like,
social
"Oh, maybe
media.
you need some singing lessons to, help your like I don't know." But
Or maybe try
there's
dancing.
no way I would let them go on X Factor and be humiliated, like because that's what would happen. Like, no, absolutely.
No,
not.
that is terrible. I honestly, when you watch some of those, I can't remember. X Factor's not even on anymore, is it? But like I used to watch them. I actually used to feel deep. I used to think X Factor as a show, surely some of those people had mental health problems because they were so bad and they thought they were so good that I'm like, you're actually really just exploiting people who are like mentally not well here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely would not let my child do that.
Oh no.
I'd rather shut them down and have the whole world shut them down.
Yeah,
that would be so
course.
deep. But the thing is, like, obviously this kind of stuff can happen on a smaller scale. Like, you know, when you go to like caravan parks, they have a talent show. Like kids wanting to.
But that I feel like is so different on that scale because people think it's cute. Like trying out. Like
there's been like teenagers and stuff do it, and they're so bad.
Also, well, the teenagers, they probably signed up without their parents knowing. Just well, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh God, that is embarrassing. Right. So, favorite comment from previous episode is from Joan Hurst, and she says, "For the love of God, did Daniel get his cup of tea on Christmas Day? We need to know." I can't believe I didn't even cover it. I went to say it, and then I think you said something else, and then I just didn't say it. Guys, I did not get my cup of tea.
You did?
No, I didn't.
I thought my dad made you one.
After. So if you watched the episodes before, I was saying that what my ideal Christmas morning would be is get up, have a shower, have a cup of tea, and then begin presents, right?
You had his shower.
I had my shower, so I was happy. I did think your dad was going to make me a cup of tea.
I'm swear he came down and said, "Who wants a cup of tea?"
It was after the presents.
It was as we brought him into the kitchen. He started making it, and then
no, it wasn't. It was after. It was after.
Oh.
Your dad was so excited. Your dad was jumping around. It's Christmas. Like I was thinking, oh God. But no, I mean, we'll work towards it for next year. Maybe your dad would get up a little bit earlier, go down, get the kettle on, get a little tea going.
We don't have a kettle.
No, we don't. We've got one of those hot taps. Game changer. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that is all we have time for today. And is there any last words that you would like to say before we finish the podcast?
Got a list of chores for you.
Oh God, I hope you're paying me. Right. Anyway, please subscribe, guys. Obviously, we're trying to get to 100k subscribers, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.